Increased degrees of comfort, gear, amenities, quality, performance, and status are offered by luxury automobiles. They serve as both a status symbol for their owners and a brand ambassador for the company that made them. Premium brands have never surpassed luxury brands in popularity. The majority of luxury cars have always been huge automobiles. However, smaller, more sporty types have always been made. Hatchbacks and sport utility vehicles with off-road capabilities are examples of compact luxury automobiles that are becoming increasingly popular. Let's look at the top 10 luxury vehicles in the world, taking into account their costs, aesthetic appeal, features, and top speeds. Before starting, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. So let's start. Number 10. Mercedes-AMG S65L. The top-of-the-line performance version of the Mercedes S-Class limousine luxury sedan hasn't seen much mechanical change in more than a decade. You could argue that this car hasn't needed to because of its monstrous twin-turbocharged petrol V12, which generates 621 horsepower and 738 lb-ft of torque. The SE65 receives a mention at the bottom of our super luxury class ranking since it is still an unwaveringly comfortable and refined luxury vehicle. It provides a degree of onboard comfort that is unmatched by anything else with comparable performance, and its enormous torque reserves make it so effortlessly powerful to drive that it is difficult to believe how little effort is required to propel something so vast through space so swiftly. Number 9. Rolls-Royce Dawn. Super luxury 4-seat convertibles are an extremely uncommon class of vehicle. While Bentley has its Continental GTC and Mercedes has an open-top 4-seat S-Class, Bentley, formerly, had the Azure drop-top. However, throughout the past 10 years, Rolls-Royce has occasionally provided its model lineup with more than one 4-seater super cabriolet. The Dawn, the current generation Phantom's convertible equivalent from the smaller Ghost/Wraith model tier, hasn't yet appeared, but it's still very much a part of Goodwood's model lineup. When this vehicle was introduced in 2016, the business referred to it in uncharacteristically racial terms, calling it the sexiest Rolls-Royce ever made. No matter your opinion, there's no denying the car's blue blood pedigree. It shares the same platform in 6.6-liter twin-turbocharged petrol V12 as the Wraith Coup and generates 563 bfp and 575 lb-ft of torque, down from 624 bp in Wraith Tune, but still enough to outperform the Phantom Drophead Coupe's performance numbers. Number 8. Range Rover Sfotobiography. The long wheelbase, top tier since the early days of the renowned SUV upon which it is based, Range Rover has advanced significantly as a luxury vehicle. The current Sfotobiography is a car that is fully 5.2 meters long and weighs 2.6 tons at its heaviest. It is hand-finished by Land Rover at its special operations base in Coventry. It was designed to fully capitalize on the nascent market for extremely costly SUVs and the great admiration some people have for the Range Rover brand, and it succeeds in doing so admirably. Number 7. Rolls-Royce Ghost. When the Rolls-Royce Ghost luxury automobiles debuted in 2009, it was the beginning of a shift that increased the company's annual production volume from a few hundred to several thousand cars. The Ghost increased access to Rolls-Royce ownership marginally but dramatically by using mechanical underpinnings that were modified from those of the BMW 7 Series. Since the next Ghost will employ the same all-aluminum Rolls-Royce-only platform as the Phantom and Cullinan, it is reasonable to assume that the management's opinion on the decision to use those BMW Group mechanicals now will be considerably different from what it originally was. Number 6. Bentley Bentayga. The evaluation process for the Autocar road test for the Bentayga was dramatic. Being the first of several 100,000 pounds plus super SUVs to hit the market in 2016, we initially gave it a high rating, with a few caveats, in W12 engine form. In 2017, when Bentley introduced a 4.0-liter, 429 bap turbocharged diesel V8, which was sourced from Audi and produced the same amount of torque as the 12-cylinder petrol motor, but at more convenient crank speeds, we gave it an even higher rating. Then, in 2018, Bentley stopped selling the Bentayga diesel in Europe amid growing toxicity around diesel engines, obscuring what we thought to be the final iteration of the vehicle. A plug-in hybrid vehicle debuted in 2019, while a V8 petrol variant expanded the model lineup the following year. The speed, a 626 horsepower, 182,000 pounds P into XS, is now available as well. Number 5. Rolls-Royce Cullinan. In response to a substantial amount of Rolls-Royce customers' input that a more daily usable, all-surface competent, family practical model would be a very welcome way to enhance the company's showroom range, Goodwood's Marmot Edition to the super luxury car market debuted in 2018. The Cullinan has received enough negative feedback about its design, from all angles, to cement the idea that its creator took a big chance by releasing a vehicle that some have criticized as ungainly and unattractive and others have criticized in much less forgiving terms. The collective disgust of those who wouldn't have purchased a Cullinan will, however, have little impact on whether it becomes a financial success if Rolls-Royce's research is accurate, which a year's worth of confirmed orders is a solid indication will be. Number 4. Bentley Mulsanne. In principle, it may sound alluring to ride in a limousine that is distinctively aristocratic, whose presence can be felt from far away, and whose mission is to put the interests of the passenger before those of the driver. But if you think that the reality of owning such luxurious vehicles might not appeal to you as much, rest assured that the Bentley Mulsanne belongs to the super luxury category as well. The Mulsanne is a top-tier luxury four-door that is purposefully more understated and understated in look than a particular important British limousine competition. It has a less formal atmosphere than the Rolls-Royce Phantom, and the inside has a paneled smoking area that is more reminiscent of an old gentleman's club than the ballroom with chandeliers in the Phantom. There is nothing like it in terms of material quality, the brilliance and natural appeal of its wood veneers, or the tactile attraction of so many of its fixtures. Number 3. Mercedes-Maybach 650. The S650 is the new standard-bearer for Daimler's Maybach super-luxury brand. It is the most expensive and unique vehicle in what may be the most widely regarded and admired limousine lineup in the world. According to outward appearances, you might mistake it for an S-Class as opposed to a Maybach. This is the outcome of Daimler's strategy decision, made a few years ago, to expand the brand's appeal by adding Halo Maybach models to some of its more mainstream Mercedes passenger car lineups. The extremely rare, Simon Cowell-designed Maybach 57 and 62 limousines were simultaneously condemned to oblivion. The fact that this automobile is just an S-Class may therefore be both its greatest asset and its biggest weakness. An S-Class might not have as much curb appeal as a Rolls-Royce or a Bentley, but the same S-Class status also grants this vehicle access to all the latest active suspension and driver aid technology, which contribute to its superbly refined, luxurious, and cozy feel. Number 2. Bentley Flying Spur. Initially introduced as the Continental Flying Spur in 2006, Bentley's four-door Continental Series limousine, luxury automobiles, only dropped the nomenclative prefix that links it to Cruise's current two-door GT with its most significant model update in 2014. However, it's not hard to tell that the Flying Spur is now in its third generation by looking at the prouder, more muscular appearance, which largely pulls from the most recent, handsome Continental GT Cup. A new platform that was co-developed with Porsche and incorporates four-wheel steering and dynamic anti-roll bars greatly enhances the performance of Cruise Junior Saloon as well. Additionally, it improves the cabin separation from the road and lays the groundwork for genuinely superb driving dynamics. Steering, balance, and grip have all visibly improved. Number 1. Rolls-Royce Phantom. Rolls-Royce replaced the largest and most opulent luxury vehicle in motoring in 2017, and our road testers welcomed it with a sparkling 5-star road test shortly after. Owners will adore it just as much for the ostentatious declaration of riches and status it bestows as for the unrivaled feeling of occasion you get when riding in one. Many people won't realize it, but the most recent Phantom is also a complete joy and a rare pleasure to drive. Although Rolls-Royce has fitted the newest run flat-tire technology, the ride comfort is still supremely quiet and smooth, making it unlike anything else you'll experience in a car. It is superbly comfortable and uniquely isolating. Of course, you can sample it from the back seats. However, the car's large rimmed steering wheel's precision feel and ideal weight, ease of parking such a large vehicle on the road, tolerance for whatever speed suits your trip, supreme flexibility and refinement of its V12 engine, and progressiveness of its throttle pedal on step-off air. All remarkable. This is it for today's video. What do you think of our video? Which car is your favorite one? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. Thanks for watching.